it going, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maddison Hill, and yes, it's time for another Pop Off with Maddison. For today's Pop Off, I'm obviously going to be talking about the explosive trial that is happening right now between Blac Chyna and the Kardashians. So for those of you who don't know, Blac Chyna is currently suing Kim, Khloe, Kylie, Kris, and Rob Kardashian for $300 million because she claims the Kardashians conspired against her to have her and Rob's hit show, her words, not mine, Rob and Chyna canceled. Chyna claims that the canceling of her and Rob's hit reality show cost her millions and millions of dollars, and that is why she wants the Kardashians to repay some of those millions and millions of dollars. Now, the pop-off I originally had planned for you guys today was going to break down some of the pre-trial drama that happened, specifically with the jury selection and some things with Blac Chyna's mom. I'm still going to fill you in on that, but the trial has since begun, and I want to fill you guys in on the biggest takeaways that we've seen so far from this trial. I'm going to talk about what the Kardashians' attorney has presented so far, what Blac Chyna's attorney has presented so far, and let me tell you, the allegations are absolutely wild. So I want to break down everything we know up until this point. Also, before I get into that, because this is the first pop-off of the week, which I'm so sorry for, I know it's Wednesday, I've just had an absolutely insane week and I'm getting ready to go out of town tomorrow to Texas for a wedding. So I'm sorry that this is the first pop-off of the week, but because it is, I want to check in and see how the House of Hill is doing. So let me know how you are down there in those comments. Me personally, as you can probably tell, my brain is running about 1,000 miles an hour right now. I just feel like I have so much to do and such a short time to do it because we literally leave tomorrow. I think our plane leaves at 5 a.m. or 5:25 a.m. Regardless, really, really early. So I feel like I have so much to do. I haven't even packed yet, but that's okay because this Blac Chyna and Kardashian tea is so hot and I definitely wanted to make sure I took time out of this day to fill you guys in on it. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get this pop-off started. So straight to the tea, people. You don't have to wait anymore. Make sure you drop this time code down there in the comments to help out your fellow straight to the tea people. And now let's not waste any more time and get straight to unwrapping these Blac Chyna and Kardashian facts. All right, so first up, a little background information because this whole situation between Blac Chyna and the Kardashians has been going on since 2017. So for those of you who don't know, Blac Chyna filed a lawsuit again back in 2017 against Kim, Kylie, Khloe, Kris, and Rob Kardashian because she claims they all conspired to have her and Rob's reality show, Rob and Chyna, canceled. Now, keep in mind, you guys, Rob and Chyna only had one season of their reality show because, as we all know, Rob and Chyna's relationship was incredibly toxic. It was also incredibly on again and then off again. So already the network was struggling to film season 2, but according to Blac Chyna, that's not her fault at all. That fault lies on the Kardashians because Blac Chyna is claiming that Rob posting nude photos of her online in that revenge porn situation and the family's influence at E are the sole reasons why her show was canceled. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, Blac Chyna is suing the Kardashians for $300 million, and the way that breaks down is a little more than $40 million in past damages, a little more than $60 million in future damages, and the rest is made up of punitive damages. Basically, Blac Chyna is saying that the Kardashians caused her to lose out on money when the show was canceled, and they caused her to lose out on potential lucrative opportunities that she could have gotten from the show. Now, of course, the Kardashians have denied all of these allegations that they conspired against Blac Chyna to get this reality show canceled. And in fact, the Kardashians have even claimed that since Blac Chyna started dating Rob and since she had a connection to their family, that Chyna has only enhanced her career and received more opportunities. But of course, you guys, Blac Chyna obviously disagrees. And Blac Chyna has been fighting this case since 2017. I can't emphasize that enough. And because she has not been willing to settle and the Kardashians have not been willing to settle, now this case is going to trial and a jury of 12 men and women are going to decide whether the Kardashians did anything wrong to Blac Chyna and whether or not the Kardashians owe her any money. Now, prior to the trial beginning, I do want to say there was some pre-trial drama, specifically when it came to jury selection. According to multiple reports from Page 6, it sounded like the attorneys were having an incredibly hard time finding a jury of 12 unbiased men and women because, shocker not shocker, a lot of people have an incredibly negative bias towards the Kardashians. One potential juror even made headlines because he made a comment about Kim Kardashian's sex tape, about how he wouldn't be able to not replay that sex tape over and over again in his mind during the course of the trial. Kim reportedly just kept looking straight forward, while Khloe definitely could tell she was a little upset. Khloe reportedly started kind of like fixing her hair, trying to comfort her because the rest of the potential jurors were laughing. It was just not a good situation. Mama Kris was shaking her head. Either way, you get it. It was really, really hard for the attorneys to find a jury of 12 unbiased men and women, but they were able to do it because the trial has now officially begun. On top of that, one more piece of pre-trial drama I want to to fill you guys in on has to do with Blac Chyna's mom, Tokyo Toni. Before the trial started, she took to her Instagram and went live what appears from Blac Chyna's kitchen. Apparently she doesn't live in LA anymore, but she's staying with Blac Chyna during the course of this trial. And during this Instagram live, you guys, she called the Kardashians basically every single expletive in the book. I don't even want to repeat it. Just know that she was making horrible comments about their looks, their weight, their being, just using, like I said, every horrible name and horrible expletive that literally you could think of. And I do want to go ahead and mention that because of this Instagram live, the Kardashians' attorney brought this up during the beginning of the trial, and now Blac Chyna's mom, Tokyo Toni, is actually not allowed to be in the courtroom during the course of the trial because the Kardashians claimed that they felt threatened by her after that Instagram live. And I do also want to say that Blac Chyna's attorney agreed that Tokyo Toni should not be in the room. Obviously, Tokyo Toni was not happy about this. She even posted about it on her Instagram, which of course is a surprise to no one, but I just wanted to fill you guys in on that pre-trial drama. Now let's get into what we know so far from the trial. Now, I don't know about you all, but I have been so interested to hear about what's being said in that courtroom because clearly Blac Chyna and her attorney have to have some evidence on the Kardashians if they have been fighting this thing since 2017. Also, Blac Chyna's attorney is a very high-profile attorney, so I doubt she would be going to court with Blac Chyna if she didn't have something definitely in her pocket that could bring the Kardashians down and win her this case. And I was right to think that because the first big takeaway I want to discuss are text messages that Chyna's attorney brought up that were between Kris Jenner and the showrunner of Rob & Chyna. So in these alleged text messages between Kris Jenner and the Rob & Chyna showrunner, Blac Chyna's attorney claims that Kris Jenner, quote, set out to have season 2 of Rob & Chyna canceled. Chyna's lawyer claims that Kris Jenner sent a slew of text messages to the showrunner, allegedly calling Blac Chyna, quote, stupid, accusing her of, quote, being drunk for 3 days, and describing her as, quote, really ghetto, and suggesting that they should, quote, ditch that. Again, these are alleged text messages that Chyna's attorney is saying Kris Jenner sent to the showrunner of Rob & Chyna. Obviously, that is a lot of explosive information because that does kind of go to prove Chyna's point that there was some conspiring behind her back. Now, the next big takeaway is actually about Kylie Jenner. So the Kardashians' attorney and also obviously Kylie's attorney brought up the fact that Rob and Chyna were living in Kylie's home and that Kylie, quote, gifted them this home. In fact, the lawyer said that it was a, quote, gift for them to live there. Kylie reportedly decorated this house for the holidays, she stocked the pantry, and the Kardashians' attorney stated, quote, even made a nursery for Dream. So they're trying to set up that the Kardashian family did nothing but help and support Blac Chyna and Rob's relationship. Now I want to go ahead and pause and give you guys a little background information here. So speaking of Kylie's home, there was an alleged altercation that went down between Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian in this home. During this alleged altercation, Rob and his attorneys claim that Blac Chyna tried to strangle him with an iPhone cord and that she held a gun to his head. Blac Chyna, of course, denies these allegations. She denies that she did anything to Rob Kardashian. She also denies that she did any damage to the home. In fact, Blac Chyna's lawyer even brought up this altercation. They deny that it ever happened, and they also claim that the only damage that was done to Kylie's house was a destroyed gingerbread house, a door, and a TV. Now, another big takeaway from this trial is the fact that the Kardashians are maintaining that they did not do anything purposely to get Rob and Chyna canceled. For example, the Kardashians' attorney brought up how actually the team at E was trying to get Rob and Chyna into a couples retreat to try to fix their relationship so they could go on and film season 2. In fact, the Kardashians' attorney even showed alleged texts from Bunim Murray executives. That's the production company that put on the Kardashians and Rob and Chyna. And this executive is letting Kris Jenner know that they found a retreat for Rob and Chyna. And also these alleged texts prove that the family was on board for pausing production of the show in order for Rob and Chyna to save their relationship. However, before Rob and Chyna were able to go to this retreat, obviously a lot of things went down between the couple, including Rob Kardashian posting naked photos of Blac Chyna on Instagram. Again, we all remember that revenge porn situation. After Rob Kardashian did that, Blac Chyna's attorney, who at the time was Lisa Bloom, filed a restraining order against Rob Kardashian, which then at that point is when E executives say that's when they decided to cancel the show because they essentially had to because of that restraining order. Rob couldn't be within a certain number of feet of Blac Chyna, so how on earth earth could they film a reality show about Rob and Chyna when Rob couldn't even be around Chyna? In fact, the exact verbiage used by E! executives that the Kardashians attorney brought up is that E! executive said, quote, "We've come full circle. There is no Rob and Chyna show unless there's a Rob and Chyna. This isn't the Chyna show. This isn't the Rob show. Controversy does sell, but this is now verging on domestic abuse." As far as other evidence that Blac Chyna's attorney presented that goes to prove their side of the lawsuit and goes to prove that the Kardashians conspired against Blac Chyna, she just really hammered on the fact that the Kardashians' illegal conduct cost Blac Chyna millions of dollars for the canceled show. She also talked about how Blac Chyna was, quote, "humiliated and emotionally devastated by the Kardashians', quote, extreme betrayal." In fact, Blac Chyna's attorney said, quote, "All four defendants abused their power to get her #1 hit show canceled. The defendants' illegal conduct not only cost Chyna millions and millions of dollars, their conduct was emotionally devastating to her. Kris Jenner was like a mother to Chyna, and Kim had been her BFF for years." So you get it. Basically, thus far, both sides are both arguing for their sides quite strongly, and it sounds like both sides definitely have evidence to back up their side of the story. So I really believe this trial is only going to get more explosive and more tea-filled. It's nowhere near over yet, but here I am already popping off, so I'm going to go ahead and stop myself. We're going to go ahead and make this pop-off official, and because we're talking about some really serious claims, I really don't feel comfortable popping bottles and drinking champs and doing a shambong. So instead, we're just going to hydrate and send positive vibes to all, because clearly all of these people could use some. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I know that unwrapping of the facts was a lot of information, but I wanted to make sure you guys had all of the tea, so I'll go ahead and give you my thoughts nice and quickly. Honestly, you guys, I knew that Blac Chyna had to have some explosive pieces of evidence just based on the fact that she has been fighting this lawsuit since 2017. Again, I don't think her attorney would want to take this to trial unless she had something that she knew would win her the case. So I definitely feel like we're going to hear more explosive claims against the Kardashians, and I'm sure the Kardashians are going to also introduce some more explosive claims against Blac Chyna. Like, I'm sure this is going to be a huge game of back and forth, which I will say what really breaks my heart, and I feel like the person who is probably going to suffer the most from this situation, unfortunately, is Dream. You guys know Rob has made it clear that Dream spends 98% of her time with the Kardashians. So I just feel like, unfortunately, this whole thing is so sad for her because her mom is literally trying to take down the people who are her daughter's primary caregiver. That's nothing bad on Blac Chyna. I know she feels like she's been wronged. I know she feels like she is owed. Now, me personally, do I think she deserves $300 million? No. Do I think maybe she's owed the money that she would have made from that season 2 of the reality show? Yeah. Do I think Kris Jenner should have called her ghetto? Absolutely not. That's incredibly inappropriate. At the end of the day, that is the mother of your grandchild. But then again, I could also say the same thing about Blac Chyna's mom calling the Kardashians every expletive in the book. Like, should she be calling the people who care for her grandchild that she allegedly loves so much all of those names? No. In my opinion, both sides are wrong when it comes to the words that they use to describe one another. But again, I don't necessarily believe that the Kardashians owe Blac Chyna $300 million. I think they probably owe her what she would have made from the show, because honestly, I think just the fact that Blac Chyna is tied to Rob Kardashian and tied to the Kardashians has only enhanced her career. I'm not saying she's not a hard worker. She is. She works hard. If you agree with it or not, her OnlyFans is definitely popping off. Like, she hustles. She has a lot of businesses, but I'm just saying I feel like the public has definitely taken more of an interest in Blac Chyna because of her connection to the Kardashians, and I don't think her having Rob and Chyna canceled for the second season really hurt her bank account to the tune of $300 million. Again, that's just my own personal opinion. Again, I definitely think both sides are at fault here, and again, I just wish this whole situation was not coming to a trial. I wish they would have been able to settle before this, but both sides are clearly sticking to their guns, and honestly, I can't fault either side, because when I feel passionately about something, and when I feel strongly about something, and if I feel one of my really good friends or a family member has been wronged, I will fight tooth and nail until I can right that wrong. So I definitely understand why both sides are continuing to fight this, and I just know that so much more is about to come out after this trial, you guys, and obviously when anything major happens, I'll be sitting right here to tell you about it, but all I'm saying is buckle freaking up. All right, you guys, that's the latest that's happening with Blac Chyna and the Kardashians. I want to hear all of your thoughts and feels down below. While you guys are at it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and don't forget that notification bell. For more content, make sure you follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, don't forget to keep coming back to my channel to check out my YouTube shorts. You guys can also find all of my merch over at my merch store at houseofhill.com. And on that note, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!